Hello students, welcome to the class of physics. This is your fourth lecture of chapter thermodynamics. In the previous chapter lecture we have seen what is work done, what is PV diagram, what is the meaning of first law of thermodynamics, what are its application, what is the meaning of positive work done, negative work done, okay, and what will be the condition for positive, negative and zero internal energy with the help of diagram and few numerical based on that. And next we have seen what is thermodynamic state variable, what is chemical equilibrium, thermal equilibrium. So these all we have learned in our previous lecture. Now today I will start with what is thermodynamic process. So thermodynamic process, as already we have discussed the definition, it is nothing but a process by which or two or more of state variable. What are the state variables? State variable are pressure, temperature. So a process by which two or more of state variable of a system can be changed is called a thermodynamic process or a thermodynamic change. Now, so there are different types of thermodynamic process, like reversible. So thermodynamic process are classified into reversible and irreversible process, isothermal process, isobaric process, isochoric process and adiabatic process. Now reversible and irreversible process, it depends is the change in which the process can be retraced and the one in which process cannot be retraced. So that comes under reversible and irreversible process. Isothermal is something which is related with the constant temperature. The process which takes place at constant temperature is the isothermal process. Isobaric is related with the pressure, that is process which takes place at constant pressure, is termed as what isobaric process. Isochoric is termed based on the volume of the system, in which volume of the system is constant is called as what isochoric process. And next is what adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, during which there will be a no transfer of heat, there will be, that is heat remain the constant, there will be no transfer of heat. That process is called as what adiabatic process. So these things we are gonna see. So first we'll start with what is reversible and irreversible process. In that first we will see reversible process. So in thermodynamics, a reversible process is a process whose direction can be returned to its original position by inducing infinitesimal change to some property of the system via its surrounding. Okay, so basically reversible thermodynamic process, we have seen many examples of this. For example, reversible process, when the two objects at different temperature are brought in thermal contact, they reach a thermal equilibrium. This all we know. So the process in which the object is at higher temperature, what will happen to that object? It will lose its energy, and the object which is at lower temperature will gain the energy. That is, the higher temperature will lose the heat and a lower temperature will gain the heat. But we never observe that after some time the two objects are back to their initial temperature. The object that was previously hot never become hot again, and the previously cold object never become cold again once they reach thermal equilibrium, because once they reach the thermal equilibrium there will be no exchange of energy. So the object that was previously hot will not become hot again, and the one which is cold will not become cold, because they both are at thermal equilibrium. That means the two objects at different temperature reaching thermal equilibrium is an irreversible process. कोई भी दो ऑब्जेक्ट जो different temperature पे है, once they are kept in contact there will be exchange of energy, there will be exchange of heat, and after some time they will come to the equilibrium position. So it is not possible to return them to the original temperature once they reach to the thermal equilibrium. That means the two objects at different temperature reaching thermal equilibrium is an irreversible process. So such process do not restore the initial state of the system. For example, if you puncture a balloon बलून ब्लोन बलून को अगर प्रिक करोगे, व्हाट विल हैपन, उसमें से पूरा एयर निकल जाएगा. टायर को अगर पंचर करेंगे उसमें से भी एयर निकल जाएगा. सो क्या हो जाएगा, वापस से टायर के अंदर हम एयर ब्लो कर, पंचर टायर या बलून अगर एक बार डैमेज हो गया तो क्या उसको हम वापस से उसको ओरिजिनल स्टेट में लेके आ सकते? नो. सो दीज आर द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ इरिवर्सिबल प्रोसेस. बर्निंग अ कैंडल आर सम फेमिलियर एग्जाम्पल. कैंडल को बर्न किया, इट स्टार्टेड गिविंग द लाइट, तुमने उसको बंद कर दिया, वापस से ऑटोमेटिकली वो नहीं जल जाएगा. अगेन वी हैव टू स्टार्ट द सेम प्रोसेस. So burning a candle, rubbing our palm together will generate some heat. So that are the examples of what? Irreversible thermodynamic process. So some process such as melting of ice, freezing of water and boiling of water, condensation of steam can be reversed. Melting of ice, ice को melt करेंगे फिर से हम उसको freeze कर सकते हैं. Freezing of water, वाटर को फ्रीज किया, अगर उसको फिर से टेम्परेचर करें तो वापस से वो वी विल गेट दी वाटर. बॉइलिंग ऑफ अ वाटर, वाटर को बॉईल किया, उसको कूल करेंगे, इट विल गेट कंडेंसेशन ऑफ द स्टेम. सो दीज आर द रिवर्सिबल प्रोसेस. सो दैट मीन्स द इनिशियल स्टेट ऑफ द सिस्टम कैन बी रिस्टोर्ड. So these are some familiar thermodynamic process that are reversible. So thermodynamic process or we can say thermodynamic change can be reversible change or it can be irreversible change. So we have seen that a thermodynamic process is or thermodynamic change can be represented by a PV diagram. So a reversible process is a change that can be retraced in a reverse direction. The path of a reversible thermodynamic process is same in the forward and the reversible direction. यहाँ पे क्या है, अगर this is the one path of one process, so this will be the same path it will follow. So this time graphical representation of PV, that is variable P, is represents what? State variable represents for reversible process. This represents reversible process, that is initial pressure Pi, initial volume Vr, it changes, then after cooling or heating again it will back to their original state. So this is the graphically or by PV diagram or by PV path, they follow the same path is represented by this diagram, PV diagram. So in this process, path of reversible thermodynamic process is same in the forward and in the reverse direction. So this shows the path of reversible thermodynamic process. So in this path, reversible expansion of gas followed by its reversible compression. Expansion of gas is followed by its reversible compression. So such changes are very slow and there is a no loss of energy in the process and the system is back to its initial state after some time taking the same reverse path. So we can see that the reversible process are the ideal process. It's the slow process and it's an ideal process. So a real thermodynamic process will always encounter some loss due to friction or some other dissipative force. And on the other hand, if we see irreversible process is a change that cannot be retraced or is a change that cannot be retraced in reverse direction or we can say in opposite direction. So the path of an irreversible thermodynamic process is not the same in forward and the reverse direction. Here path is not the same in forward and in the reverse direction. You can see by PV diagram the path is different. So there is a permanent loss of energy from the system due to friction or by some other dissipative force in an irreversible process. And in this the change of states depends upon the path, the state during an irreversible process. And so we can see that an irreversible process or a hysteresis, most real life thermodynamic process that we deal with are irreversible process. Now what are the causes of the irreversibility? There are two main reasons for the irreversibility in the thermodynamic process or we can say in thermodynamic change. The first one is what? Many processes such as free expansion or an explosive chemical reaction takes the system to a non-equilibrium state. Or secondly we can say most involve friction, viscosity, or some other distributive force. For example, when you sliding on a surface or any object, if you slide from a surface, after sometimes it stops at some distance. Why it stop? Because of the friction. जिस सर्फेस पे वो स्लाइड कर रहा था उस पर कुछ फ्रिक्शन होगा, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इट स्टॉप्स एंड लूजेस इट्स मैकेनिकल एनर्जी. अगर कोई चीज़ स्लाइड हो रही है तो वहाँ पे कौन सी मैकेनिकल एनर्जी है, सो सडनली ड्यू टू फ्रिक्शन इट गेट स्टॉप्स. तो वो क्या लूज करेगा? इट विल लूज इट्स मैकेनिकल एनर्जी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ हीट टू द सर्फेस एंड गेट हीटेड इटसेल्फ. सो dissipation forces are always present everywhere and can be minimized at best but cannot be fully eliminated. You can reduce the dissipative force but completely you cannot eliminate. So these are the cause of the irreversibility. Now there are this is the PV diagram which shows this initial part. So in irreversible process the path is not same in the forward and in the reverse direction. So in case of reversible process the path is slow. So by knowing these things we can write the distinguish between reversible and irreversible process. For example, if we compare reversible and irreversible process, so in reversible process we can write a change that can be retraced in reverse direction is a reversible process, and in irreversible process is a change that cannot be retraced in reverse direction. Secondly, we can see that the path of a reversible process is same. Where it is same? In case of reversible, both in forward and in backward reverse direction. Whereas in irreversible process the path of an irreversible change is not same in forward and in reverse direction. These are the 2 points. First में it can be retraced, irreversible में it cannot be retraced. Second point in reversible process path is same. Second point in irreversible process the path is not same. Third point in reversible process what we can write, reversible change are very slow and there is a no loss of any energy in the process. Reversible process कैसा है? Slow है, there is a no loss. Whereas irreversible process there is a loss of permanent loss of energy from the system due to friction or some other dissipative force. So the system comes back to its initial state after it is taken along the reverse path where it is possible. In case of reversible same path follow करते हैं तो we will get the same initial state. Whereas irreversible process में permanent loss of energy है, so the change of state depend upon the path taken to change the state during the, so it depends करता है किस क्या path follow किया है to change the state. So and the lastly reversible process are ideal process and irreversible process are real process. It's a real process. Day to day life में जो भी process है that comes under what? Irreversible process. Maximum, not all but maximum is a irreversible process. So there are assumptions in thermodynamics process. What are the assumptions? The first assumption is majority of the thermodynamic process are reversible. In thermodynamic जो भी assumptions हमने इस chapter में किया है thermodynamic process में, इसमें जो majority of the thermodynamic process है how it is, they are reversible, they are quasi-static in nature, that is very slow in nature, they are extremely slow in nature and the system undergoes infinitesimal change at every stage except adiabatic process. बिकॉज एडियाबेटिक में एक्सचेंज ऑफ हीट होगा ही नहीं, बाकी अदर प्रोसेस में क्या है देयर विल बी एन एक्सचेंज ऑफ हीट. सो सिस्टम इज इन थर्मोडायनामिक इक्विलिब्रियम इन एवरी स्टेज. In case of ये assumptions to do the study, these assumptions we have done that it is a reversible, maximum process is a reversible, they are quasi-static, they are following the same path, they are very slow, they changes at every stage is the thermal equilibrium. Now the system has a movable frictionless massless piston fitted to a cylinder containing ideal gas. Depending upon the requirement, the wall of the can be a good conductor for isothermal process and good insulator for adiabatic process. So the ideal gas equation is applicable to the system. So these are the assumptions we have done for to study of thermodynamic process. Now there are next process is what? Isothermal process. Iso same thermal temperature means at constant temperature. So it is a process in which change in pressure and volume takes place at constant temperature. It is a process in which pressure and the volume takes place. Change in pressure and volume takes place at constant temperature is called an isothermal process or isothermal change. So for such a system we can say that delta T is equals to what? 0. So this is possible when system is in good thermal contact with its surrounding, because जब तक thermal exchange होगा नहीं, there will be a no loss. So this is possible when the system is in good thermal contact with its environment and the transfer of heat from or to the system is extremely slow, so that thermal equilibrium is maintained throughout the change. अगर very fast होगा, so there will be a change in the temperature, but this process takes place at a very slowly, so that the temperature is maintained throughout the change. For example, if we say melting of ice, which takes place at a constant temperature, is an isothermal process. As the temperature of the system remain constant in an isothermal change, Boyle's law can be applied. What is Boyle's law? Boyle's law is PV is equals to constant. So we can say that as the thermal process takes place at constant temperature, so we can say that here it is applicable Boyle's law, which says that PV is equals to constant and constant T. So one relation we will get, Pi Vi is equals to Pf Vf, where Pi is the initial pressure, Vi is initial volume, Pf and Vf is the final pressure at final volume. So consider an isothermal expansion. We will find the work done by using this. So consider an isothermal expansion of a gas. So internal energy of the system does not change. In isothermal change, internal energy of the system does not change. So we'll consider, let Vi and Vf are the initial and the final volume of a gas, and Vi, Pi and Pf are the initial and final pressure of the gas. Now the work done in infinitesimal function is given by dW. This we know, first law of thermodynamics, dW is equals to P delta V. So the total work done is given by what? Integrating d omega. So dW, that is integral of dW is P dV, and the limit we will take from initial volume to final volume. So here the limit will be Vi to Vf. So but we know PV is equals to nRT. So P is equals to nRT upon V. So we'll substitute at the place of P nRT upon V. And V will be what? dV upon V, because P dV dV by V. So nRT, integral of dV upon V. इंटीग्रल के लिए लिमिट हम लोग लेंगे Vi to Vf, इनिशियल वॉल्यूम टू फाइनल वॉल्यूम. नाउ 1 upon V का इंटीग्रल होता है ln of V, and the limit will be Vi to Vf. So here nRT ln of final limit minus initial limit. So ln of Vf minus ln of Vi. So nRT will be ln of A up minus ln of V will be ln of A by B. So it is Vf upon Vi. So this is nothing but for an ideal gas, its internal energy depend upon its temperature. Therefore, during an isothermal process, the internal energy of an ideal gas remain constant because its temperature is constant. Therefore, according to first law of thermodynamics, for an isothermal process, what we can say that Q is equals to W. Here, internal energy of the system remain the same, so we can say that delta Q is equals to W. So here the heat supplied to the system result in work done. So during expansion the work done is positive, and during compression the work done is negative. So an isothermal change is a very slow change. The system exchanges heat with its environment and is in thermal equilibrium throughout the chain. So the heat transfer to the gas is completely converted into work done, that is for the expansion of gas. Now this equation we can also express in the form of pressure, that is Pi upon Pf. Here we got Vf upon Vi. So if we have to express in terms of pressure, this will be Pi upon Pf, because there is an inverse relation between pressure and the volume. So this is isothermal process. Next is isobaric process. Now isobaric process is nothing but what? A thermodynamic process which is carried out at constant pressure. Is called isobaric process or isobaric change. Now boiling of a water at normal atmospheric pressure is an example of isobaric process. For an isobaric process, none of the quantities, that is delta U, Q and W, is 0. Here nothing is 0. So the temperature of the system changes, that is delta T is not equal to 0. Agar internal energy, heat supplied and work done is not 0, means there will be a what? Change in the internal energy. If there is a change in internal energy, means what? There will be no constant temperature. So increasing exchange is used to do work as well as to change internal energy, causing increasing temperature. So we can say that here equation Q is equals to delta U plus W. A work is done, volume changes during the process. Now in the PV diagram for an isobaric process is called isobar. This is called as what? The line AB in PV diagram is called what? Isobar. So the different curves shown on the map provided by the meteorological department are isobaries. They indicate the location having same pressure and same region. So the graph issued by meteorological department are the isobar, representing the region at the same pressure, Your pressure is constant. Now to find the work done or expression for heat exchange in case of isobaric process. So in isobaric process, pressure of the system remain constant, that is delta P equals to 0, as it undergo volume expansion and constant pressure. So we'll get delta P is equals to 0. Now we'll consider, let Vf and Vi are the final and initial volume. Ti and Tf are the initial and final temperature. Now then the thermodynamic work done W is equals to P dV. At the place of dV, what we can write? We can write final volume minus initial volume. So at the place of P, what we can write? nRT, and T is what? Tf minus Ti. So P Vf minus Vi is equals to nR Tf minus Tr. Now the change in internal energy of the system is given as delta U is NCV delta D. NCV delta D. We have found the ratio delta U CV by. So here the change in internal energy of the system is given as NCV delta T. Now CV delta T, at the place of delta T, what we will write? At the place of delta T, we will write Tf minus Ti, where CV is what? Specific heat at constant volume. So according to first law of thermodynamics, Q is equals to delta U plus W. While substituting, we will get NCV Tf minus Ti plus nR Tf minus Ti. So when you will solve this, Tf minus Ti is the common, so what will remain? N Ti minus Ti common, so Cv plus R, and Cv plus R is equals to what? Cp. Okay, so we can write NCP is equals to Tf minus Ti, so where Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure. Now, so in an isobaric process, the internal energy changes due to change in temperature, and the heat exchange is used to do work done and to change the internal energy of the system. Okay, the next here one numerical is given, which is your textual numerical. 1 mole of ideal gas is initially kept in a cylinder with a movable, frictionless and massless piston at constant pressure and temperature. This it is then expanded till its volume is double. So there is a change in the volume. So P delta V, Vf minus Vi, we have to find, then substituting nRT will get the work done. Now next is what? Isochoric process. Again, it is a thermodynamic process in which volume of the system is kept constant. It's called isochoric process. So a system does not work on its environment during an isochoric process. So PV diagram of isochoric process is shown below here. So for an isochoric process, delta V equals to 0, and from the first law of thermodynamics, delta U equals to 0. This means that for an isochoric change, all the energy added in the form of heat remain in the system itself and causes an increase in its internal energy. Also, its volume is unchanged, no work is done. So in an isochoric process, delta T is not equals to 0. Heating a gas is a constant volume container or dissipation of a gas in which closed chamber are some example of isochoric process. Now we will describe. So here in this case, a system does not work on its environment during an isochoric change. Isochoric, there will be no change in the volume. So there will be no change in the volume, there will be no expansion, so no work done. So here we will get W is equals to 0 because delta V is 0. So Q is equals to delta U plus W. W is 0, so we will get Q is equals to delta U. And delta U is given as NCV delta T. This is the formula for change in internal energy. NCV delta T. So NCV delta T is nothing but equals to what? Heat. It is nothing but equals to what? Heat. So heat exchange is given as change in internal energy, and which is given as NCV delta T. Clear? Isobar mein there will be a bar. This is the graphics for isobar, and here we'll get the line parallel to pressure. There is a no change in volume. It is at constant volume. Now next is what? Adiabatic process. In an adiabatic process, it is a process during which there is a no transfer of heat from or to the system. So for an adiabatic process, their Q is 0. That is, amount of heat supplied is 0. So the heat flow is prevented by completely insulating the system or by carrying out the process rapidly, so that there is a no time of exchange of heat. So the first equation, Q is equals to delta U plus W. If Q is 0, we will get delta is equals to minus W. For an adiabatic expansion, W is positive, so delta U is negative, that is internal energy decreases. And for adiabatic compression, W is negative, so internal energy is increases, it is positive. So here we will consider for an adiabatic process, PV raised to gamma is equals to constant. It is constant. So what we will get, where gamma is called specific heat ratio or adiabatic ratio. So gamma will be given as Cp by Cv. This we have calculated in kinetic theory. What is gamma for monatomic gas, for diatomic gas, for polyatomic gas. So the change in internal energy delta U is given as NCV delta T. So for 1 mole of a gas, at the place of N we will substitute 1, we will get Cv delta T. And the work done is integral P dV. So we will substitute the value now. C dV upon V raised to gamma. So here V raised to gamma, if we take in the numerator, it will become minus gamma dV. Now V raised to minus gamma plus 1 upon 1 minus gamma. This is the integral of V to the power x is V to the power x plus 1 upon x plus 1, but here we are having minus gamma. So minus gamma plus 1 upon minus gamma plus 1. So usko properly we have written 1 minus gamma. So C is equals to 1 minus C upon 1 minus gamma will be in a bracket 1 V of F. Here we have taken the limit initial to final. Final is Vf, initial is Vi. So final minus initial. So 1 upon Vf gamma minus 1 and 1 upon Vi gamma minus 1. But we know PV raised to gamma is equals to constant, or we can say that Pi Vi raised to gamma is equals to Pf Vf raised to gamma is equals to C. So here work done 1 upon gamma, ये जो कॉमन निकला था ब्रैकेट में क्या बचेगा एट द प्लेस ऑफ C. हियर 1 अपॉन गैमा को एज इट इज हमने 1 अपॉन गैमा कॉमन ले लिया. इस C को हम ब्रैकेट के अंदर मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो क्या मिलेगा C अपॉन Vf गैमा माइनस 1 माइनस C अपॉन Vi रेज टू गैमा माइनस 1. सो एट द प्लेस ऑफ C हम लोग लिख देंगे फॉर फाइनल के लिए Pf Vf गैमा एंड फॉर इनिशियल के लिए वी राइट Pi Vi गैमा. सो हियर वी विल गेट Pf Vf अपॉन Vf gamma minus 1 minus Pi Vi upon Vi gamma minus 1. Now when you will solve this, when we will reopen this common, you will take Pf Vf minus Pi Vi. Now multiplying in this Pf Vf minus Pi Vi 1 upon gamma. So NR. At the place of Pf nRT we will substitute Tf Ti. nR is common 1 upon gamma. So nR Ti minus Tf, it is gamma minus 1. This is the expression for work done. So when the gas expands, Tf is less than Ti and the work done is positive. So the gas will cools down, and when the gas is compressed, Tf is less than Ti, the work done is negative and the gas will warms up. So a thermodynamic process that return a system to its initial state is called as what? Cyclic process. The next one is what? Cyclic process. When a system return to its initial state is called cyclic process. In this process the initial and the final states are same. Now for a cyclic process, the total change in internal energy of the system is 0. That is delta U is equals to 0. So according to first law of thermodynamics, if delta U is 0, so we'll get Q is equals to W. Now what is free expansion? Free expansion is the expansion or adiabatic expansion with no work done on or by the system. If there will be no work done, Q is equals to W is equals to 0, and according to first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equals to 0. So it is an uncontrolled instantaneous change and the system is not in thermal equilibrium. A free expansion cannot be plotted on a PV diagram. One initial and final state can be plotted. So suddenly rupture of a balloon, sudden puncture of a wire, these are the example of what? Free expansion, which is uncontrolled. Clear? So here the chapter gets over. Now we'll do few numericals, 1 or 2 numericals, then we will finish this chapter. So first one is what? An ideal gas is taken. This numerical based on the isothermal and isobaric that process which we have learned now. So an ideal gas is taken through an isothermal process if it does 2000 joule of work on its environment. How much heat is added to it? Isothermal process means what? T is constant. So isothermal process, work on environment by ideal gas is the expansion. So work done is positive. To determine heat added to the system in an isothermal process, we are getting Q is equals to W. If Q is equals to W, heat is added to the system. So at constant T, internal energy is 0. So internal energy is the measure of temperature. It is measure of temperature. Now the next one, an ideal monatomic gas is adiabatically compressed so that its final temperature is twice the initial temperature. What is the ratio of final pressure to the initial pressure? Here we know for monatomic gas we are getting the ratio 5/3. The ratio specific heat at constant pressure upon constant volume, we are getting 5/3. Now when temperature is double to the initial, twice the initial, so T2 will be 2 times of T1. What is the ratio of P2 and P1? That is Pf upon Pi, that is final pressure upon initial pressure. Now we know the relation P1 minus gamma T raised to gamma is equals to constant. So P1 P2 the whole raised to 1 minus gamma upon T2 upon T1 raised to gamma. Now When you will solve this, P1 by P2 is equals to T2 T1 gamma 1 minus gamma. We have just rearranged the power. So P1 by P2 is equals to 2 times of T1 upon T2, 5 by 3 upon 1 minus 5 by 3. 1 minus 5 by 3, and when you will solve, you will get P1 upon P2 is equals to minus 5 by 2. So P1 upon P2 is equals to minus 5 by 2. So what will be the ratio? P1 upon P2 is equals to 2 to the power minus 5 by 2. So P2 upon P1 will be 2 to the power 5 by 2. We have taken the reciprocal. So P2 by P1 will be square root of 32 to the power 5. 5 by 2 means what? We will take the square root, so or we will do the squaring. So it will be 32. So square root of 32 will be 4, square root of 2, and the answer will be 5.656. So ratio will be P2 upon P1 will be 5.6:1. Clear? Now, so here your chapter gets over. What are the reduced portion for this? It is the next topic, heat engine, refrigerator and the heat pump, second law of thermodynamics, Carnot cycle, Carnot engine, and Stirling cycle. So these are the topic is reduced for you this year. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you all till here. In the next lecture, I will start with a new topic, that is superposition of wave. Thank you.